Howdy, howdy, folks. How you doing? And, here we are at the center of the universe.
Live, or not live, but on location.
Yeah, and we're here with the gang, and it's a miserable Friday afternoon out there.
Once again, yeah, and missing Leah because of it, so it's going to be a nasty drive out there for anybody on Friday, Saturday, same thing from the looks of it. But yeah, welcome back. We're here at the Appalachian, 68 Main Street North in Georgetown, Ontario. Give them a call, 905-877-9888. And lots of cool things going on. They've got Hell's Bells coming in. They've got Practically Hip guys coming back.
The comedians coming back.
They're doing a comedy night. It's so great for us to be back and back into reality once again. I'm never going to say normal, I don't think, ever again, but we're back into reality. So yeah, welcome back everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Big Daddy Russ Horton. I'm Leah. And Leah Lywood is stranded, I guess is the best way to put it.
We don't want her driving. She lives in Cambridge, and
yeah,
you know, I mean,
it's a risky drive.
Yeah,
at
it's nasty
best.
out there. Yeah, we would be worried about her anyway, going to and forth.
Well, especially going home. It's going to be colder later.
Yeah, it's nasty out there. It's icy and slippery.
Yeah, it's been snowing all day. So, welcome to March.
Yeah, here we are. We're brought to you by, of course, the Appalachian. And we're brought to you by Max Tires, 905-873-9255. The best deals on tires, and don't you forget it.
And today you're going to need snow tires.
Yeah, don't get them on. Yeah, leave your snows on for a few weeks yet, I think. Because March, April, you never know, right? Even May. But it's getting to that time where you should really think about getting them in a couple of weeks or so.
Well, you know, a lot of people store them too, right? Yeah. You know, they store those summer ones and then just flip them around. And I get a kick out of the ones that always swap out early and end up biting them in the butt, you know. But
and those wonderful folks on the 8th line by Cedar Vale who don't have snow tires and are halfway up and can't get any further, and neither can I because I'm driving a hybrid, which is like driving a shopping cart with no torque.
Right.
So I have to back up too. Thank you for that, folks. We really appreciate that. Obviously, you haven't been to Max Tires.
No, obviously, yes, there's a good point.
All right, the big story, I guess, is the big accident on 4th line there.
Yeah.
A 35-year-old Milton man was airlifted to a Hamilton hospital, and he's still in serious condition, as a matter of fact, after a single vehicle accident, and that happened early on Wednesday morning.
Right.
Halton police have notified of the accident on the 4th line south of the 22nd Side Road in the town of Halton Hills by a motorist who was driving by on his way to work, I guess, found a black pickup truck in the west ditch of the 4th line.
The west ditch. Wow, that's outside too,
And the man was initially moved to Georgetown Hospital by Halton Paramedic Services, but was later, he was transported to Hamilton General by air ambulance. And the cause of the collision still not known, really. Anyone with
well, you and I were talking about that off air, that's a weird stretch. There's a lot of traffic on that road, and you don't hear of a lot of accidents there.
Not too much.
Not really.
The biggest accident that ever happened there was the kids in Limehouse that got killed at the railroad crossing.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s.
That was kids I went to school with.
Yeah, but that was horrible.
Yeah, that was terrible.
I remember that morning. The cause of collision, pardon me, I put my teeth back in. I've got my dog's teeth today, by the way.
Grab the wrong ones off the nightstand.
Wrong ones, so if I start barking, you'll know why. Anyone with information about the incident who has not yet contacted police, please do so. 905-825-4747, or 4747, pardon me, extension 5065. They're very interested to know what happened, and let's hope that this gentleman in hospital in Hamilton
survives,
is okay. We forgot our clock, didn't we? I have no idea what time it is.
That's all right. We're old hats at this.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's one of those days. It's just like freezing rain.
Oh yeah. Well, it's one of those days you want to stay home, have a bowl of tomato soup with your cheese, you know, grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, dude, something yummy. We want to get this out of the way. We hate talking about COVID, but the latest really is you know, the mandates are going to be changing once again. Ontario's Chief Medical Officer Kieran Moore stated the requirement to wear masks will be taken away with the exceptions of public transit, healthcare, long-term care, and high-risk congregate care locations. Removing the mask mandate does not mean the risk is gone, he mentioned, and COVID-19 transmission is still occurring across the provinces, and masks can protect you and others from being infected.
What are you going to do? Are you going to take it off when when you go in, or are you going to still? A lot of people.
There's certain places. I'll have certain places. I think still, like grocery stores, I still would be uncomfortable in. But mind you, I go grocery shopping when nobody's there.
Yeah.
You know, here I'm here so often. I don't know, and then we have a lot of the same people.
Yeah.
You know, so there's certain places I think we could be okay. And again, I think it's just going to come down to people's own opinion and their own choice. Really.
I think I'm going to keep the mask on for a while.
You're in a cab, so you know.
I'm in the cab. You know, I haven't had a cold or the flu in 2 years.
Right.
What does that say? Because it protects everything else apart from it.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but I don't like being sick. Don't want to be sick.
No. And you know, even though we're vaccinated, you still don't want that. You know what I mean?
No. But I'll be glad to get this shit all behind us. And,
like I said,
then
you
we
know,
can concentrate on the Russians like we should be.
Yeah, we're not going to be going back so much to a normal, but maybe to a reality. So.
Yeah, it's never going to be normal.
No.
Remember Thursday night in Georgetown? It had Nashville, Boston Pizza, Shoeless Joe's, McGibbon.
Yeah.
Everybody was out having fun.
Yeah, Thursday to Sunday, really.
Now, you know, that's why I'm glad that Manny has brought the Appalachian in, because really, you know, I mean, even though he doesn't mean to do it, it has replaced the McGibbon in many ways.
In a lot of, well, it is. It's live music on stage.
Live music. It's downtown.
It's
you know what I mean?
You know, it's close to everybody still, and great live music. You know,
I love
it's
it.
great
I love
stuff.
it. I love the fact that the Appalachian is here. Because, and we'll always be connected with Manny. He's such a good guy. Now, the town of Halton Hills making strides to attract new businesses.
Absolutely.
To town, of course.
It's one of my platforms when I run for mayor.
We've got a new pizza joint too. I can't remember the name of it right now.
Just when we need another pizza joint.
Something Goose or something.
Oh, really?
But they were saying it was very good service.
Acton's got like 12 pizza places or something.
Acton is a pizza haven.
It's crazy.
They're connoisseurs of pizza in Acton.
It blows my mind.
The municipality has revealed its new economic development website, which is called investhaltonhills.com. Check it out on the internet. And the town says it's been redesigned to reflect and strengthen its economic competitiveness. And
well, this is it.
Said, bring new business into town.
We've been talking about this for a few weeks now. That, you know, we need industry. We need manufacturing. We need packaging plants. We need to be able to employ the people that live in this area, and that's something very noticeable now. You know, because we've had a couple of big businesses move out.
Well, we had Standard Products, which was just huge.
Cooper Standard, they're gone.
They're gone.
You know,
many places on Armstrong.
They ran a 24-hour shift there. You know, so it was.
PG Bell is another one. It's gone.
Yeah.
All these huge companies that haven't been replaced.
Yeah.
And you know, so
that's a lot of jobs lost. And you and I used to pick up a lot of people from Cooper all the time, and they're, you know, gone. And
and it's gone to the States or wherever it's gone now.
Yeah, I believe they said they went to Michigan. I think the guys were saying.
But you know, I mean, a lot of hard-working employees there all of a sudden don't have a job anymore.
Yeah, and now, and like we said last week, it's tough because you can't even go to Milton where all these new companies are. You got Uline, you got Amazon down there, you got all these jobs, and they can't even get there.
Yeah, we have to get some kind of transit system that's a little bit better.
That's something I'd be totally on board with, going after the Ford government or whatever comes into play in
Even
June.
If we have a bus that left every morning with
Why
people
they don't
that work here.
Why they don't?
And drop
I
in
don't
Milton.
get this. Metrolinx is just blows my mind how they've left this whole population
you just need the
hanging.
bus in the morning and the afternoon.
Yeah.
A couple of shifts in the afternoon.
Because otherwise you got to take a train all the way into Union, get off at Union, transfer over and go into Milton.
Oh, I'd much rather go the London way. It's much more scenic.
Exactly.
Wow.
Oh, maybe I'll get a breakfast on board or something.
That's crazy.
So
That's crazy.
yeah, just crazy. Halton District School Board students will all have many chances to learn in person or remotely, virtually in the 2022-2023 school year. The board mentioned this on Tuesday in a notification to parents and families that they'd sent home. While we encourage all students to plan to attend school in person, we are writing to provide information to students who'd like to register for the remote learning year of 2022 until 23, and all Halton District School Board students have been registered at their home school in person for that year. including students at the moment situated in a remote or virtual schools. If your child will be attending school in person, there's no further action needed at all. And the board announced this the other day. If your child requires remote learning for the 22-23 school year, fill in the remote learning registration form, get them all good to go. You're going to see a lot of kids that don't want to go back to school.
It's so confusing going to school nowadays, man. I used to go to school and sit there and be taught.
Yeah.
Now this.
You got to do this. You got to go online and do that. And it's.
It seems like when we were kids, I went to school every day. It didn't matter. You know, we wouldn't have snow days.
We didn't have a COVID outbreak, mind you, but
no.
You know, even in weather like this, we were walking to school.
Walking?
Yeah, I walked to school every day.
You're a Canadian kid. Live with it, buddy.
The walk was just over 2 kilometers every day there and back. Well, 2 there, 2 back.
I remember when I was a kid, I used to walk to school, and we used to get off at noon and go home and have lunch. I used to have grilled cheese, like you were talking.
And tomato soup.
And tomato soup, and I used to watch the Flintstones. 12:30 every day.
Every
and
day.
I used to go home.
Meet the Flintstones.
And watch Commander Tom. Superman.
Yeah,
the
Tom
Flintstones
Jones.
again. And then I used to be playing outside until it got dark.
Yep. As soon as the street lights came on, it was time to go home.
You don't see that anymore.
No, God, no.
You know.
We're so dating ourselves now.
Yeah. But when we were kids, the kids today are not active.
No.
They're sitting here doing this and this. And
looking like they're having a seizure.
And I mean, you know, if you're going to look at the big picture, the fact that we were healthy and active when we were young, and we're still in trouble when we're. Can you imagine what the kids are going to be like when they get to our age?
Yeah.
And they haven't had anything at all. You know, at least we were swinging around on the playground.
Oh God, yeah.
Cutting our heads open and playing football,
scraping your knees.
And the girls were
knocking teeth out.
The human race has changed.
Yeah,
let's face it.
Very much so.
All right, Halton Hills is looking at the use of automated speed enforcement in community safety areas. Now they're going to put one of those flashing lights or signs up there, I guess.
Where's that?
This is in Halton Hills.
Oh, right, yeah.
During a recent council meeting, town staff was asked to review the implementation of new community safety zones in the municipality where a mobile speed camera could be operated. There we go. And it includes such a program for consideration in next year's budget. Now, under the Highway Traffic Act, if you're wondering, municipalities are allowed to use automated speed enforcement in community safety zones and school zones, of course, naturally. And a report made available from Halton Hills Traffic Coordinator Matt Raj. So if you want to talk to Matt about the new enforcement coming in, he is with the town, Matt Raj, R-O-J, and he'll answer any questions you have.
Send them your comments and suggestions and whatever.
That's what he's there for.
Schools, you know what? I do agree with that. They really should have them in school zones. When I was traveling in the U.S., I'd be in a small town somewhere in Virginia, and they'd have an officer at one end of the school and another one sitting in their car, and if you were nabbed.
Oh, yeah.
And they had them at all the schools. Like, it wasn't just one here and there. It was.
You have to slow down.
You have to slow down. Kids are running out. They're jumping in mom and dad's car.
They don't think about a car. They've got the mind on the ball they're playing with.
Exactly. Or seeing their mom or dad and jumping in the car.
And sometimes kids forget.
Yeah.
And they step out between cars, and you're going 60. You know.
Yeah. You're going to do damage.
That's right.
You're
so
definitely
let's keep it down in school zones.
Absolutely.
We can't say that enough.
Lucky Clara McIntosh.
Clara won.
Her retirement travel plans just got a huge lift after winning Instant Cash Rush. The 64-year-old Georgetown woman who has won the top prize of $100,000, and it's unbelievable, she stated. I am absolutely thrilled.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, she's planning to use the funds to visit her daughter in Alberta this summer, and especially she can go now. So this is, talk about beautiful timing, you know. Clara, way to go.
Awesome.
She also wants to visit the Rock, Newfoundland, and save for her retirement, which is planned for next year, so perfect timing. McIntosh loves playing instant tickets. She received a big surprise after purchasing Instant Cash Rush ticket at a Moore Park convenient plaza right next door to us here in Georgetown. I scanned the ticket using the OLG app to verify the win, and I was so excited. I told my husband and kept saying, "Get out, no way. Get out, no way. No, fantastic, Clara. Way to go. That's a great way to retire. Just to have that little extra, nest egg.
$100,000, man. I could do a lot with that.
I could go a lot further than I'm going right now. That's for sure. So
if you're wondering why our website's down, by the way, we're
rebuilding.
We're letting Leah loose on it. Is what we're doing. So we've taken it down, and she's all on the back end of it right now. So that's why we don't have, but we do have the instant link to our radio on Facebook.
Absolutely.
But our website at the moment, for a little while, will be down while we tinker.
Yes.
As we grow.
Time to improve and grow, like a beautiful spring flower.
Yes. Vehicle thefts. We were talking about them. You finished?
No, sure.
We were talking about this last month or 2 months ago when we had a big problem. It's come back to haunt us again. Vehicle thefts are going up in Halton, with thieves now deploying special technology in the majority of these incidents. Please be careful with your vehicles. I'd put them in the garage. I don't know if they're even safe in the garage anymore.
Yeah. They can code the garage door opener now.
Police are upset because this high-tech stuff they're using is hard to deal with. Halton saw a total of 867 vehicles stolen last year compared to 518 the year before.
Wow.
It's a big difference.
That's a big jump.
Oakville was hit the hardest, 352 in one town. And Halton Hill's right behind them.
That's where a lot of our stories were coming out this past year with them too.
And you own a car, you pay a car, it's your baby, and all of a sudden it's not there anymore.
People, all these fancy cars with the push-button start are the easiest for them to steal.
What would you suggest they do? Put a lock on their wheel?
That's the best thing you can do is you go out, you buy yourself a nice big bicycle lock, one of those ones that looks like a cable, and run it through one of the wheels.
It takes you 2 minutes to do. It sounds like it's a big chore, but it's really not.
If they do get the vehicle started and go to move it, they're not going to go very far. It's
won't make a noise, baby.
Oh, it's going to make a lot of noise, and they're not going to like it.
The neighbors.
Yeah. So, best idea really out there right now, people, is I'm surprised nobody's come out with the boots they put on your car.
Yeah.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't made like a home one. Your own residential boot. Your own residential boot.
So you're saying the ones with the push buttons are the easiest?
The easiest ones for them to steal. They can unlock your door and start the car with one code, and they can do it all from that.
A
tablet.
A sign of the times is I was driving one of our other cars the other night, and it was the keys in the ignition.
Right.
So I'm looking for my keys, and I can't find them in the. But you don't need keys anymore.
You got used to it. Everybody's got this push button stuff, but they love it and think it's the coolest next technology, but it's not good they're going to steal your car.
How do they do it? Like remotely through the
Walk up with a tablet. They've got a software on their tablet. They just boom, and it goes through 5 million codes, finds the code, boom. And it does it all in
and these are high-end cars.
10, 15 seconds. Yeah.
You have a high-end car that's worth a lot of money.
Top-end Lexuses, Mercedes, all of that stuff.
Even the Camrys.
BMW, even the high-end Camrys. High-end Hondas, all of that stuff is,
Lock them up, baby.
The Honda Pilot is one of the highest-rated stolen vehicles out there.
I heard that they go out of the country.
They put on a container and they're gone.
You're not going to find them again.
No, and if you do, they're usually not together.
Yeah, they take them apart.
They got body parts everywhere.
Well, different times we're living in. What's going on with the ladies?
Yeah, members of the Canadian Federation of University Women's Georgetown chapter marched along the Guelph Street in Georgetown on Tuesday morning as a reminder that there is far more done to reach equality. The World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap estimates women in North America won't achieve proper equality until 2082.
Why is that?
Another 60 years. But Canada has dropped in terms of gender parity from a world ranking of 14th in 2016 to 24th last year. So we've dropped 10 spots, and we're showing more equality towards the female gender.
Well, God bless, and it was Ladies' Day. It was Women's Day.
International Women's Day. Yeah.
What would we ever do without our ladies?
Exactly.
We love you very much, and thank you for the
mom spit,
everything
the
over
hugs,
the years,
the encouragement.
Have you ever heard a young man ever say anything bad about his mom? Never.
No.
And, you know.
Usually they turn out to be serial killers, I think.
Yeah. But, you know, women are so important in our lives. 50% of the population.
You go into a prison and talk to the biggest guy there and start bad-mouthing his mom. He'll kill you.
That's right. That's right. Don't ever upset anyone's mom or talk about anyone's mom. So a very happy Women's Day to all the lovely ladies in my life and your life.
Well, you read that long story. I'm going to check our time.
Yeah, and of course, we have a lot of hockey players here in Georgetown over the years. Probably the biggest was, what's his name there? He used to play for the Leafs, Bob Golden.
Yeah.
I guess one of our biggest, but we have many hockey players. And the Montreal Canadiens traded goaltender Michael McNiven, who, of course, we know him very well. I know Mike. He called Georgetown home, and of course he's a Calgary Flame now. He sent him over to Calgary for future considerations. He spent the 2012-2013 minor ice hockey season as a goaltender here in Georgetown for the Halton Hurricanes in the South Central AAA Hockey League, where he posted an 11-9 record, 1.48 goals against. He's always done well. As Matt,
that's a good average.
Yeah, he's a great goaltender too. McNiven joined the Georgetown Raiders, of course, our own Raiders from 2013-2014 at 16 years old, and he was younger than many other players in the league who were around the age of 20 at the time. So it shows you how good he was.
Yeah.
He just jumped right in there. McNiven finished the season 21-10. And despite not being expected to make the OJHL playoffs, the Raiders defeated the Milton Menace and the Buffalo Junior Sabres before, of course, they fell to the Toronto Lakeshore Patriots in the conference final that year.
Right.
But he's a Georgetown boy, originally from Winnipeg. His family's from Winnipeg. His grandparents are here. And Mike, we wish you well with the Calgary Flames, and look forward to you being between the pipes of the best Canadian team in the NHL right now, as a matter of fact.
Well, you
Calgary
know,
Flames.
I look at the Leafs over the last little while, and oh my God, we need somebody.
We need goaltending, is what we need.
Campbell's out now too.
Well, I heard it says wrist or something.
Ribs.
Ribs. Oh, I thought it was wrist.
The ribs.
Okay.
So
There's
he's
something
gone.
wrong with Soup because he's not playing the same.
Yeah. Well, he was injured.
Yeah.
He was playing injured.
Yeah. You can't do that.
Mazarek is just, oh my God. I
Leave Mazarek alone. Like, the fans are bugging him. Like, stop booing the guy. He's our goaltender. And he said to him the other day, he said, these guys hate me. I'm their goalie. Come on, guys. You know, we need to step it up for the playoffs.
Well, to me, it's no different than being a bully.
Yeah.
Really, when you're booing the guy.
Yeah, I mean, this is our goaltender, for God's sakes. You know, I mean, and let's hope that Soup gets well, because this is the wrong time for him to get injured.
Big time.
And, you know, we looked sloppy at the back end against Arizona.
Defense still struggling on defense, man.
Yeah, and, you know, we've been struggling on defense since the 60s. What else is new? But, yeah, Mike McNiven, good old boy from Georgetown, and not a old boy, the young boy, and he's doing very well with the Calgary Flames now, former Montreal player.
Sticking with hockey, we're going to go to the Raiders. They play the Oakville Blades on the road again, and at 16 Mile after beating Stouffville Spirit on Saturday evening. So good to see those guys still banging in there.
Well, we're fighting for a playoff spot right now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Our division is a very strong division.
It is.
Everyone in the division.
You figure between Oakville, Burlington, like
Milton,
Brantford, solid teams, man.
Like, at Georgetown as well. We're in there too.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, we're over 500, and we're still down in the middle part of the. We're fighting for a playoff spot right now.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting time in hockey, both in the NHL, OJHL, and OHL, and WHL. It's got the playoffs coming up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a mad rush of hockey. Plus, you got baseball coming back now.
Thank God for
they
that.
finally figured that all out. You got baseball alive and well again in Canada. Anyway,
baseball makes us happy. You know.
Well,
I mean,
spring.
you know, can you imagine all the Russian crap going on in baseball? And it's like, you know.
Yeah. Oh, you'd have a lot of pissed off people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, and baseball's got to realize the average age of a baseball fan is 50 51.
Yeah.
So the kids don't really give a shit about baseball. So don't piss them off too much.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
They've got so many things to choose from now to watch.
Yeah.
You know, and this and the other. It's not like the old days. When,
Don't mind me without my my acting dinner jacket. I just forgot to put it on. It's getting set up, but
I'm wearing mine. I'm wearing mine. All right. So the town of Halton Hills planning to rehabilitize the Mountain View Road Bridge over Hungry Hollow. Here we go. During construction, Mountain View Road between Resource Road and Eden Place, it's going to be reduced to one lane in each direction for the duration of the project, and it'll start in April and end in December. So we're going to have a lot of traffic on the bridge for a while. Access for emergency vehicles will be maintained at all times, and there will be designated multi-use paths in each direction open to pedestrians for the duration of the project. Access to all private residences will also be maintained, but they're going to cut up the bridge, baby. And
here comes your Java, brother.
Here comes your Java. Yeah.
That is going to be a mess.
Yeah.
That is going to be just an absolute mess. Trying to do that, bringing that down to one lane and everything.
Yeah.
It's going to be just wow.
Well, at least they're giving us the heads up that they're doing it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Here's
true
my
enough.
Java.
So
with the lovely Shello.
Shelly.
Shello. Why did I call her Shello?
Because he was thinking Hungry Hollow. That's
Hungry
why.
Hollow. Yes. Thanks, Shelly. I love the coffee here. Where's our fries, by the way?
What's that?
Where's our fries?
I don't know. I'm on a blood sugar low right now. I can feel it. So we need them soon. But no, I think that's going to be an interesting construction project that's going on. But you look at the bridge on Mountain View Road South, going over the train tracks and heading down into the Glen. The road there is just a disaster.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I just came up it today and it was absolutely horrible.
Where is this again?
Mountain View Road South over the train tracks heading towards River.
Yeah.
When you go up over towards the river, oh my God, it is absolutely horrid there. And,
my buddy Dave, he fell on his bike there a couple of months ago. Really hurt himself badly because of the potholes.
Yeah, I believe it.
I think his bike hit a pothole.
You know, and
that's exactly what happened. As a matter of fact, I gotta get that.
I said, you know, if I ran for mayor again, that would be another thing I'd be working on around here is getting our roads fixed because they are absolutely terrible.
Well,
they beat up your car.
They're planning on pulling up Prince Street and putting sidewalks in there because that's a beautiful little cut through by the cemetery there, and it's gorgeous, but people can't really walk safely there.
Yeah.
The people that live there can't move around safely, so there's going to be a few adjustments there. But yeah, we do. And you know, that area, especially by the bridge, when you're coming down that hill, man, if you're riding a bike, go slow. Because my buddy Dave found out the wrong way.
It's nasty.
Because he went down with quite a bang. And let's get those potholes fixed.
Absolutely.
Because it can throw your bike right off and throw you off with it.
And you're losing some chiclets.
How are we doing for time?
We're about ready to wrap up. We're good.
We're going to remind you about our radio, of course, Halton Hills Online, community radio.
You can find our link on Facebook right now. We're rebuilding the website, so it'll be a day or a couple days. We'll get things back
Leah's
up and running.
so excited about taking over the website and doing whatever she does. She does wonderful things for us. Her videos are the work that Leah does for us is extraordinary. And she is Mama here. She's our Mama.
Mama Bear.
And this is her baby, of course. And of course, she's sitting in Cambridge right now, snowed in.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so sick of winter. Have you seen her post?
And she even mentioned it today, and I noticed it too, was you got to think, all of these have happened on Fridays.
Yes, Friday afternoon.
So she's just like,
oh, is Leah leaving? Oh, let's snow about now.
Yeah.
We'll snow, and then we'll give a little bit more snow on the way back for her. So yeah, it's Friday afternoon snowstorms in over the last 6-7 weeks.
It's been 4 or 5 of them. So
yeah, we haven't had some pleasant Friday evenings lately.
No.
So anyway, we're going to wrap it up and say.
So I want to remind people we're obviously on location at the Appalachian. Lots of live music going on. They've got AC/DC, Hell's Bells coming in. The Hip guys are coming back. They've got a comedy night coming up very shortly. We've also got the live jam on Sunday and Wednesdays. Reminder, Wednesday is an acoustic, Sunday is an electric, so one's louder than the other. But yeah, check them out. Come on out, have a great meal. They got Manny in the kitchen with a brand new menu. They're at 68 Main Street North in Georgetown, 877-9888. And like I said, instead of ordering out, because that's all we've been doing for 2 years, come on down to the Appalachian.
Are we allowed to dance yet?
Yep.
There you go,
There you
folks.
go. You can now dance.
We can now dance in an establishment. Isn't that fun? The powers that be. And we'll tell you about Max Tires, of course, 905-873-9255. I'd get your snows on the next month or so.
Don't you forget it.
Don't put them on yet.
No.
But of course,
Your
they're
summers.
61 Guelph Street. They fix cars. They can get you excellent deals on tires. They do so much there, but call them ahead. They're a very busy company.
Yeah,
Hello to
book an
Fred's
appointment.
Towing as well. Fred's Towing still looking for drivers. They're always everybody's looking for workers right now. And Fred's they need some, and that's a great job.
Sure.
Tow truck driver.
Yeah.
Those guys have a blast out there at night. They do their job, but it's a fun job too, and it's something where you're involved in the community. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And of course, the taxi business is always stable. Easy Taxi has been around for how many years now? 40 odd years. So hello to everybody over there, and we have to remind you that community is driven by community. You navigate.
And we'll drive.
We'll drive. Thank you so much.
Thanks for tuning in. For Big Daddy Russ Horton, I'm Lee Lakin and Leah Lylewood and the gang here at the Appalachian. Have a great week. Be safe out there. Be safe on the roads. And we'll catch everybody on the B-side.
There you go.
I don't know if we're going to take that. I had to run out.